So today I would like to talk to you a bit about the transactional access at QualityNano. So first of all, I would like to introduce what QualityNano is a FP7 capacities research infrastructure. So it's an infrastructure, analytic infrastructure for the assessment and the characterization of nanomaterials towards the nano safety assessment of the nano safety assessment. So it's a 7 million funded project that started at the beginning of 2011 and is going to end in 2015. It currently hosts, is composed currently of 28 partners from 13 different European countries, and it also has, these are all funded partners, and it also has 25 additional non-funded partners that are contributing to various QualityNano activities. As all the other capacities program infrastructure, it's composed of 3 different pillars of activities. Transnational Access, which basically is funded access to a number of various different instrumentation and expertise in nanomaterial characterization. Networking activities, which include training modules for best practice, round robins on nanomaterials, round robin for biological assays, for example. And then there are joint research activities, which are activities dedicated to develop validated protocols and to look at, for example, alternative methods for characterization of nanomaterials. But let's focus more on the transnational access type of activities. So we have 15 different sites in Europe. So as you can see, this is the map of Europe. We have 15 different sites in different countries: Ireland, Spain, Italy, and then we have also the Slovak Medical University, KRT in Germany. We have 2 different sites in Belgium, 1 in the Netherlands, Finland, and Norway, and then we have, Sweden and Norway, and then we have a few sites in England as well. So access can be granted specifically to these 15 partners. And these are the categories of access that we offer. So we offer, for example, nanomaterial synthesis. We can synthesize the nanomaterials that you are interested in for you. And we offer labeling services as well. So nanomaterials that are synthesized can also be labeled with different ways, fluorescently labeled. We can do radio labeling as well as isotope labeling for different uses of exposure. We can do characterization in situ, ex situ. This means particularly in complex biological matrices or biological fluids. And then we can also do exposure assessment, and we have several different, mainly in vitro exposure platforms. And here you can see also for every facility that is contributing to QualityNano transactional access, what kind of offer they do. So why do we need to characterize our nanomaterials? And this basically is the main principle or the main concept for the transactional access. This goes back to the concept from Paracelsus that the dose is the poison. So if we are looking, for example, at chemicals, when we are applying chemicals directly to an in vitro model, and the dose that we are applying coincides with the effective dose that is experienced by the in vitro model. When we are talking about nanomaterials, this rule doesn't apply at all, because according to whether the nanomaterial is well more dispersed, for example, here we have single particles of carboxylic polystyrene that mainly are in the more dispersed form. They show a bit of dimers and trimers, but the main particles, the main population is more dispersed. Then in this case, the dose that we are applying is the dose that is experienced by the cells. But if we have particles that are polydispersed or aggregated or agglomerated, then the dose doesn't coincide. Therefore, we really need to characterize our nanomaterial properly in order to be sure that what we're applying is what is then experienced by the in vitro models in our safety assessment. And also, it's not just sufficient to have expertise in either nanotechnology or in the biological assays. We need actually both expertises to bridge the differences and the difficulties between the two fields of research. Really then, what we are saying is that our transactional access really is not just provision of equipment, but it's the provision of the equipment plus the expertise at the different sites. So what is QualityNano requesting from the applicants? So we request that the applicants are working in Europe or in European associated states, that they are applying to a country that is different from the one where they work, so transnational access. And we require that they apply for a combination of equipment expertise that is not available in the country where they work, and we require that they publish the data that are produced within the transnational access acknowledging QNano. What in turns QualityNano is offering is offering funded access, fully funded access. So we're paying for your flights, for your accommodation, your substance, access to the equipment, and also access to the expertise. You can get access in 7 very simple steps. So on the website of QualityNano, you can find your technology of interest. You need to contact the technology expert and the technology and the transnational access leader at the facility you're interested in. You fill the QualityNano the application at the website. After that, there is a peer review process where your application is evaluated, and if that is successful for funding, then you agree with the site that you have decided the visit. You perform your experiment, and then finally you publish somehow your experiment that you performed within your transactional access. Some examples of what you might be interested in. Are you working with nanomaterials in living systems? Do you need to characterize nanomaterials within your biological samples? Would you like, for example, to access to access the national synchrotron radiation source? Would like to have to use higher resolution, high-end atom microscopy, or for example using an helium ion microscope, using the CARS, which is coherent anti-Stokes Raman scattering, or for example do high content analysis in your in vitro systems. These are some examples of what we're offering, and more. You can find more on the QualityNano website, and also you can find more information out in the area where there is lunch and coffee breaks. There you'll find all the posters explaining all the different technologies and expertise that are provided by the different transactional access site. So today also we are having a special QualityNano TA clinic. So the nanoparticle doctors are available from lunchtime up to 3 o'clock. I think lunchtime is a bit earlier today. So how to get there from the main hall? We are here at the moment. So you just go out into the catering area, and there you will find all the posters, and during lunchtime you will find all the transactional access leaders of the 15 access sites available for you to talk to them if you have interest in doing transactional access with them. So I just want to, I want just, basically, the deadline for the current application is the 15th of March. Everything, as we said, is free, so why not? Just apply. You can find all the information about applications on this link at QualityNano, so you can see that, .eu/access. And these are the future calls that will be published shortly on the website. And so this is our little slogan, so boost your scientific excellence with transnational access at QualityNano. And I'm finished, so thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Sergio, for this quick insight into the Transnational Access pillar of QualityNano. Are there questions now? We are well in time, so we could afford a few questions. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I was wondering about whom got these, who applied to these calls in particular, who got it. Are these mostly people who are doing research in this field already? How's the breakdown compared to industry? How's the breakdown compared to industry and academia, for example?
Okay, so at the moment we mainly had access from students and postdocs from the academia. We haven't received that much feedback from the industry so far.
But of course we would be interested in also adding some SMEs to our user community.
We are doing a lot of advertisement in a lot of different communities, both in academia but also in industrial communities. So we are really hoping that we will get access, or we will be asked access from the industry as well. We are very keen to introduce and to start collaborating with the industry as well.
Martin Clift, University of Freiburg, Switzerland. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask you a question about the science that you showed. I hope I misunderstood you, but did you say if you add your nanoparticle solution that all the nanoparticles hit the cells? Is that what you said, or did I misunderstand it?
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't want to imply that all the nanoparticles that are applied are then taken up by the cell. This is a very complicated scientific question and issue that we have been investigating for the last good few years. What I mean to say is that if the nanoparticles are monodispersed, they are potentially all available for the cell uptake, while if the particles are polydispersed, then we have aggregates of different size, different shape, that change the dose of the particles available to the cells, and change also the mechanism of uptake potentially by the cells themselves.
Okay, more questions? Otherwise, we would proceed with some highly exciting user talks of user